So let's begin with what I call the initiatory backbone, the rare cycles that shape the tone of the year. Now, next big cycle, core backbone cycle of this year, Neptune enters Aries, a new mythic era. This cycle is active from 2025 till 2039, a 14-year journey. Neptune travels very slowly in our solar system. It's one of the outer planets. They call it the transpersonal planet. It's beyond the personal. And it really speaks to a big shift because Neptune has a lot to do with collective imagination. It shifts from dissolving to initiating. That comes from that Neptune has been in the sign of Pisces since 2011. Pisces is a watery sign of releasing and flow and change and unformlessness. A lot has been dissolving, a lot of old dreams and visions, and also the challenging side of Pisces is about going under a spell and really not knowing where we are, kind of adrift in the sea. And there's quite a quality of that since 2011, perhaps for some of us personally, but also collectively. It's also about being with our dreams and visions and cultivating more of an altered state consciousness. It's all of that. And it's moving into Aries now, which is that first fire sign of strike the match, let's go. Very, very different energy. So Aries, identity, courage, and meaning take center stage with Neptune entering Aries. So when identity becomes myth, Neptune blurs belief, meaning, and identity. So it's quite a paradox, this signature, because Neptune blurs and Aries as an energy, the zodiac signs are energy. It's very individual and it's very let's go. So it has very much to do with our personal identity. So it's very paradoxical, this combination. Can we feel it? Now, Neptune in Aries can amplify idealized hero narratives, urgent calls to action, identity fused with conviction. Oh my goodness, we're already in that field, aren't we? We want to remember that not all passion is wisdom. And here's the key task when we're in a big Neptune cycle. Is it dream? Is it a spell? Okay, what's real, what's not real? We've been in that since 2011 big time, but it's a different energy now because Aries has this action taking, leading, let's do it. And so here's where the challenge is deeply. We can blur and go under the spell of an inappropriate hero narrative. We can get pulled by the Aries urge to act without consciousness. And so we're just reacting. We can have confusion, Neptune, in a challenging way with what our identity is, and we can take our aspirations and dreams, and it's all about, I have to make that happen. So we have some really deep dangers here. We're not new to dangers. It's very much where we've been traveling collectively and personally. I want to call it out so you can track it in yourself and in the world and perhaps stop and ground, because not all passion is wisdom. So here's the alchemical skill we get to develop with this cycle, what I call the conscious hero heroine. And I want to honor folks who are not caught in binary of male and female. Please replace the word. It's the archetype I'm evoking here, the conscious hero heroine, whatever the word would be for you. And this is alchemically developing this skill, acting from inner authority, not reactive urgency. Letting courage be shaped by discernment. Choosing responsibility over righteousness. I want to make that a mantra for our country in 2026, okay? On all levels of the political scale, if you will. Choosing responsibility over righteousness. It also starts at home. So watch your righteousness, watch your reactive urgency, and develop courage to discern. Very, very important alchemical skill this year. Discernment as training. Neptune being in Aries tests how conviction is held, how action is chosen, how courage is embodied. Really consider the question is not what we fight for, it is how we act when called. That's worth repeating. The question this year is not what we fight for, it is how we act when called. So here are some reflection questions for Neptune and Aries, as we did before. I invite you to choose one and spend a little time just noticing what emerges for you. So here are 3 questions to consider with Neptune and Aries. What vision or spiritual longing is alive in me? And how am I being asked to ground it rather than escape into it? Where do I feel called to act? And how do I distinguish soulful courage from projection or fantasy? And another question, how might I tend the visionary mystic part of myself without bypassing responsibility or consequence? Very alive and juicy questions. Now, please choose one. Of course, those watching as a recording, you do whatever you want with these reflection questions. Astrology doesn't tell us what will happen. It helps us stand consciously in changing times. If you'd like to reflect with the current sky wisdom of the astrology cycles with me and in community, the Seasonal Sky Wisdom Councils offer an online space to practice discernment together. You are not late. You are exactly where your choice matters.